Apex Legends Season 10, or Emergence, is finally here with a new Legend Seer, new weapon, the Rampage LMG, and map changes to World's Edge. There's a lot to go over that includes weapon balancing, legend changes, and more, so here's everything you need to know about Apex Emergence. First and foremost, Seer is a new recon legend to enter the Apex games. His passive Heartseeker allows Seer to visualize locations of enemies and hear heartbeats in an area when nearby. Seer can pick up on where enemies are without revealing his location within a 75-meter range. When he aims down sights on weapons, Seer will be able to hear and see the heartbeat of his enemies. His tactical focus of attention sends out Seer's microdrones that will fly out and hit enemies it finds within 75 meters and will interrupt whatever the enemy's action is at the time. For example, if an enemy is starting to use a healing item, Seer's tactical will interrupt the heal and the enemy will have to start it again. Focus of attention will also allow Seer and his teammates to see the marked enemy's health bar. This scan will last 8 seconds and the cooldown for this ability is 30 seconds. His ultimate exhibit deploys a sphere of microdrones that detects enemies within it who are firing weapons or moving quickly in the dome. If you crouch walk inside the dome, you won't be detected, but you can also shoot the heart chamber that deploys the ultimate and get rid of it. Think Horizon's black hole that can be destroyed. Enemies detected in the dome will be revealed to Seer and his teammates. His ultimate takes about 90 seconds to charge and lasts for 30 seconds unless destroyed. Seer directly competes with Bloodhound's kit, and Seer actually may be a stronger pick than Bloodhound. Being able to give teammates information about where enemies are, interrupting their actions, all while not revealing Seer's own location is incredibly valuable and less risky than a Bloodhound scan. Seer is an incredibly powerful legend. Other major legend changes include an added sound effect to players in Revenant's ult. When the ult timer is about to run out on someone in shadow form, there will be an added sound that alerts that player and anyone around them that they're about to revert back to normal form. Horizon's tactical gravity lift has been adjusted with a speed increase in the lift, Fuse's knuckle cluster duration has been doubled, and his ultimate now highlights enemies caught in the fiery circle of his ultimate since it was near impossible to see in or out of the ring of fire before. This new buff will also reveal enemies that are inside a building that's surrounded by Fuse's ultimate. Finally, Caustic's gas damage has been altered yet again. In this update, Caustic's gas will no longer tick at a standard 5 damage rate. Instead, it will ramp up the damage every other second starting at 5, then 6, and so on. Caustic's ultimate has also had 5 seconds taken off the recharge time. There's a new weapon being added to Apex's arsenal, the Rampage LMG. This is the first weapon that Rampart has built from the ground up and is incredibly unique in operation. The Rampage is a heavy ammo LMG that has a slower rate of fire and is more optimized for medium to long range fights. However, you can charge the Rampage by using a thermite grenade. The mag on the Rampage doesn't hold as much as the Spitfire, but it holds enough to be used comfortably in medium range fights. In terms of LMG balancing, the headshot multiplier for all LMGs have been reduced from 2 to 1.75, but the limb shot multiplier for all LMGs has been increased slightly from 0.75 to 0.85. Speaking of the Spitfire, it's now been taken off the ground loot pool and created in care package weapons. It's also been reverted back to the pre-nerf Spitfire state from before Season Legacy. In turn, the Prowler is back on the ground loot pool, but it can only be used in its burst fire state with no auto-fire mode. The Alternator was also created and will now drop in care packages with Disruptor rounds, a hop-up that deals 40% extra damage against shields, something we haven't seen since Season 3. The Anvil Receiver and Quick Draw hop-ups are now gone from the loot pool, and in turn, pistols have received some of the benefits Quick Draw used to give, like faster handling. There's a new hop-up called the Boosted Loader that can be used on the Hemlock and Wingman. When you have the Boosted Loader equipped and your gun is almost empty, if you time the reload right, you can get a faster reload and also an overloaded ammo clip, granting you bonus ammo. There's a visual indication on when you need to reload to maintain that momentum, so it'll all be about timing. Other weapon changes include the L-Star finally being able to utilize barrels and mags, which will allow the L-Star to fire longer without overheating and will cool down even faster. The EVA 8, which has been ruling as the shotgun meta for Season Legacy, will have a fire rate nerf with bolts at every level. Gun stocks will now determine faster reload speeds at each level, and the 30-30 repeater and G7 will now use sniper stocks. Arenas also reflects all the weapon changes, so players can buy the Prowler to use in matches or pick up the Spitfire in care package drops. Arenas is also implementing a separate ranked mode where you can try your hand at fighting against equally matched players. This ranking system is completely separate from the Battle Royale system, but has the same ranks like Bronze through Predator, and a new MMR will be set. In ranked arenas, you'll play 10 placement matches, which will determine your initial MMR, and you'll be given your starting rank. From there, you can improve to move through the ranks. You will only be able to get arena points, which is basically RP for arenas, through wins. Starting out, you'll receive about 90 or 100 points for a win and lose 12 AP for a loss, but as you climb, the numbers will even out to match the ranking. There will be no rank cost to enter an arena match, but in this mode, unlike Battle Royale, you will not have demotion protection. So you can D-rank from, say, Platinum 4 to Gold 1 if you lose enough points. There will also not be a season split for arenas, and your rank will only reset at the beginning of a new season. And finally, speaking of Battle Royale, World's Edge got a massive makeover for Emergence since the Harvester fractured more of the planet and Hammond is scrambling to bandage the damage done. Sorting Factory, Refinery, and Train Yard have been replaced by bigger points of interest that add healthier rotations to the map, and moving gondolas have been added to the map locations to bring back dynamic gameplay. There were a few new rotations made to open up the northern section of the map, giving more options for movement through Geyser and Overlook. And players can rejoice again since World's Edge map changes also bring back blue skies. How do you feel about Seer? Do you like the new Rampage LMG? Let us know. For more Apex news, keep it here at IGN.